Well, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be searching an old mill building which stood by the river here, and we don't know what we'll find. Probably be a load of old junk, probably lots of metal and other stuff that's been thrown away, but we're going to investigate anyway, and we'll see how we get on. The river is in flood after all the snow we've had. It's all running off the fields and melting and ending up here in the river. Anyway, welcome to the Detector Detective number 7. There's been a couple of mills along this river, and this has been one that's been forgotten. It's probably a very old mill that goes back to the Doomsday period, I don't know. Anyway, off we go. The woods here are flooded and we've still got traces of snow, but down this area here gets very, very boggy, so maybe this was a part of a damming complex for the mill, whereby the water was held back so they could run it through the mill. But that's further up, so there's a lead that runs along the top, and I think it leads up to the mill. Now we have trees here, and I expect this was a very old mill pool, if that's where it was. As I pass along the path here, you can see what looks like a wheel pit. Quite possibly a water wheel stood in this pit here. It's gone now, but there might be parts of it underground, buried there, but quite an effort to dig it out, so I'm not going to bother with that. If we look above, there was probably a sluice gate at the top of this hill that let the water out of the leat at the top, which fed the water wheel here. How this was connected to the actual mill, I've got no idea, but that's what I believe this was. Yeah, is one of the leats that used to run along the top of this hillside. There's another couple of leats around, and the leat continues down there, and it's quite possible there was a mill wheel further up here somewhere, but when the water ran, of course. Another area here which might have been part of the mill. You can see the ruined walls around. This has taken a lot of digging, but you can see I've come across something hard and metal here. Bit of junk, I think, bit of iron from the mill or whatever, but I'm not going to bother to dig that because just spend a lot of effort to find a piece of rusty metal. But anyway, that's the first signal from this particular site. And I'm going to move on and see if I can find something a little better. This is my next hole, and this is my next find. It's a sort of iron hook with a hole in the end of it, so it's some kind of implement, probably a thing that held a picture up on the wall, I don't know, probably on the frame or something, but it's got a hole in the top and a hook shape at the bottom. Not what I call exciting, but a find. Another signal down here. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where is it? Ah! It's a coin. Thank goodness for that. It's a coin, pretty beat up coin. Could be anything. Could be a George or a Victoria or something of that period, I would think. Might even be George V. There's plenty of those around. But it's so beat up that I don't know what it is, so I think it needs a good scrub up to see anything at all on it. It's a complete mystery. But somebody dropped it, so it's a coin, first coin. It's always very good when you find your first coin. Brambles, brambles, damn brambles. You can hear that nice ringing sound, but together there's a little bit of grumble of iron underneath, so it's registering 60, 50, 69. This mattock, to get through this vegetation at the top, and we shall see what we can find down here. There's a fairly weak signal, so I'm not expecting very much. Look at this. It's a bit of an old metal pipe or something like that. But that's metal, and that's causing me a bit of a problem. It's a bit of... Oh, that's it, yes, it's some kind of metal tube with holes in it, probably a pipe. But anyway, that's what it was. I didn't expect much, and I didn't get much. There are a few bushes growing in the middle of this building. I'm going to go in between them, hopefully find something. I don't know. Oh, what's that? And it could be just detector catching on these branches. Another signal, and I think this one's out at the moment. I think it's out up the hole, so we're going to have a search for it. Something down there. Where is it? Something there, but can't see it. Look at this, look. It's a thimble, quite an old one, full of dirt inside, but it's a nice little thimble. It's quite small, so it could be used by a child or somebody with very small fingers. So maybe it was the miller's wife who had this when she was doing her sewing or repairing the miller's socks. There's a thought for you. Anyway. Nice, lovely little thimble. Very nice little find. And also out of here, a George V. On the other side, we've got Britannia, and it reads 1917. So just before the end of the First World War. So George, we find a lot of Georges down this part of the country. George V, special George V's. I'm in the other section now. As you can see, I've got a nice signal, but according to this, it's 86, 87, which usually indicates something reasonable most of the days, but we shall see. Yeah, I'll have to dig this one. Well, here it is. It's a squashed sort of copper tin or something, but yeah, a bit of scrap, not much good. Oh no, it's starting to rain now. Let's hope it doesn't turn to snow. We've had a lot of snow lately. Yeah, here it comes. Whatever it is, it's out somewhere around here. In here somewhere. Let me have a go. Yes, it's a coin. It's a coin. Get a bit closer so we can see what it is. And it's a George, but I don't know if it's George the 3rd or George the 2nd. Britannia on the back. Didn't see that. It's not very clear, is it? There's Britannia. It's George. And I think it might be George II, because George II coins, he tended to have a very long neck and a thin profile. I'm going to use a spade for this one, because that other one, although it was a metal, it's quite deep. All the way around here, cut out a nice square. It'll probably be junk. This is what is normal in this area, I think. Ooh. Bits of barbed wire and stuff. We will put in the wood. As you can see, I've got a nice signal, but according to this, it's about 86, 87, which usually indicates something reasonable most of the days, but we shall see. Yeah, I've just got up. I won't be here very long now, before that rain starts to pelt down. What's happened to the... got whatever it is, it's come out. The signal is out, but I've got to find it. Oh, I've got to move that. I've got to find this signal, whatever it is. And it might be the last one I dig, because, as I say, the rain's just about to come down, or hail, or even snow. We had what of that. Oh. There's something there. Can't see it. I just cannot see it. I'm not getting the signal. I know it's out because the large detector detected the fact that Let's see what we can find still. Is that on? I don't know, I don't think it's on. Oh dear, silly me. Whatever it is, I'm right on it. It's here. It's here. Oh look. What is it? Some kind of hinge. Oh, now I can move it nearer the camera so you can see it. Hinge, bracket or something. Hinge and bracket. It could be some kind of book clasp or something like that. It looks like it's made out of brass, but it's got a couple of little bits on the bottom which shows where it connected to something else, like a hinge. It's like a hinge from a book or something small. So that's pretty good, but I'm going to have to pack up now. Not a bad day's detecting, considering the other day I spent 4 days on a new site that I'd never been on before, and I found absolutely nothing except nails and old rusty pieces of iron. So this proves you don't always find good stuff. Now and again you're lucky, but most of the time you find a lot of rubbish before you find the golden stuff. Okay, thank you. Bye. I wish you farewell, and I'll catch you in another video. This has been video number 7 of the Detector Detective. So see you soon, guys.